Russia's invasion of Ukraine has many consequences. On the humanitarian side, the mounting death toll that we've been covering tonight, millions of displaced refugees. On the geopolitical side, a more united Europe and NATO is emerging, plus the Biden administration and the Congress agreeing on some key foreign policy goals, like confronting Putin with the most severe sanctions he's ever faced and backing Ukraine with money and weapons while still drawing that line against any U.S. boots on the ground. Now, that recent set of breakthroughs was not guaranteed in American politics. For one reason, the right flank of the Republican Party has actually spent years warming to Vladimir Putin and even misleading Americans about the facts of Putin's record as a repressive dictator who murders opponents at home, attacks neighbors abroad, and directed a sustained attack on American democracy that, you may recall, drew 25 criminal indictments of Russian operatives in the Mueller probe. Indeed, Bob Mueller proved prescient in warning about these ongoing threats from Putin's Russia. Now, relatively quickly, this war has isolated Putin across most of the West. It also has some American conservatives and Republicans backing away from their Trump-era praise of this man, as Congress mostly backs Biden policies. Now, anyone can change their minds, but the words and policies of government officials and some of these influential voices really matter. And they really shaped some U.S. policy and public opinion over the past few years. And given that so many of these right-wing assertions were about Putin's supposed prowess, or his strength and competence, or questioning whether he really posed a danger to the West, well, because the facts matter right now, we have a fact-check report we've prepared for you, which lines up some of those claims with what Russia has actually been doing over these past 3 weeks. And a note, as with much of our coverage of the facts of this war, some of what you will see is disturbing.
It's an honor to be with you. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, sir.
Being so chummy with the man who hacked the U.S. election.
Vladimir Putin has made his decision to invade Ukraine.
It's never been proven that he's killed anybody.
Vladimir Putin authorized a special military operation in Ukraine.
The Russian assault on Ukraine began with missile attacks on key targets.
Putin decides what he wants to do, and he does it in half a day.
Very capable. I have enormous respect for him.
That's what you call a leader.
An horrific attack on a children's and maternity hospital. There were people, children, under the wreckage.
Maybe Putin did get his opponents killed. He's a former head of the KGB. That's the kind of thing they do. But on the other hand, who's our real enemy in the world right now?
4 civilians, including 2 children, were killed over the weekend.
Running for their lives.
Journalists tried to help the casualties.
Do you respect Putin? I do respect him.
Russian troops targeted civilian areas with no military facilities nearby.
People dash for their lives as Russian shells rain down.
Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent?
There's nothing wrong with taking information from Russians.
Is he trying to snuff out Christianity? Does he eat dogs? These are fair questions, and the answer to all of them is no. Vladimir Putin didn't do any of that. So why does permanent Washington hate him so much?
Russia continues to kill people who are trying to escape from Ukraine.
These are the ones who didn't escape the Russian onslaught, and they're all civilians.
Putin ain't woke. He is anti-woke.
The Russians, people still know which bathroom to use.
A barrage of missiles hit Kharkiv, Ukraine says, killing defenseless civilians.
Vladimir Putin has been a stronger leader in his country than Barack Obama.
Refugees have fled their homes with scenes reminiscent of World War II evacuations.
Can we get like Netanyahu or like Putin in? I just want somebody to get in here and get it done right.
Apartment buildings in Kyiv were targeted again overnight.
An inferno. Russian shelling hit this market. These are the people we could not save, this brave doctor said.
Why would we take Ukraine's side? Why wouldn't we be on Russia's side? I'm totally confused.